Hi everyone, I have done a short video today on dictionaries. I start with definition of dictionaries, which I have given here. Dictionaries map a set of immutable keys to corresponding elements. Now it's very important here to remember that the keys need to be immutable, and therefore you cannot actually use things that are mutable as keys, and that I'll be explaining later on. The first thing I do is a very simple thing, that is how to actually declare and start with a dictionary. So I have made a dictionary DICT1, dict1, and inside a dictionary, the first thing that you write is the key. So here the key is a string, a name, and then you put a colon, and then you write what that key, what value does that key have. So I make the name as Harris, and that is again a string and a value of the key name. Then I have another key over here, you can see, that is age, and the value for this key is 11, and this is a number. The value for the key subjects is a list containing items English, maths, geography, and the key ID over here has a value D. Now D is a variable, it's a global variable which I have defined here. It is 5423. So I can just print this dictionary over here with a simple statement, print dict1, and I run it, and here's the output. It prints the dictionary, name, age, subjects, ID. So that's very simple. The next thing is an empty dictionary. So an empty dictionary can be easily written just by putting two curly brackets to show that the dictionary contains nothing. And if I print this dictionary, that is print dict2, the output is two curly brackets showing that this dictionary contains nothing. The next thing is accessing the elements of a dictionary. Now you can print the dictionary as such, that is all the elements, which I did using this statement. I can just run it again to show you like this, and you can also print or access the elements one by one. That is done using a method very similar to list. You just write the name of the key within these square brackets and you hit run, and there comes the value for that key, that is Harris. So name, the key name has the value Harris, and that gets printed. The next is deleting items. We use a very simple word del, del over here. We write the name of the dictionary and the key that we want to delete. So I can easily delete the key name over here and it will get deleted. I can print to show you that it has actually been deleted. So print dict1, and now we see it has all the elements except the key the key name, which has been deleted. The next is updating an existing element. So for example, I want to change the value of a particular key. This is again done in a way very similar to lists, and I've written the key over here in square brackets. I've put the new value, and I can again print this dictionary, print dict1, and I'll see the changes. So everything is the same except the age, which has changed to 14, exactly what I wanted it to do. I can also add a new item over here, a new entry. So dict1 school, I write the name of the key that I want to add and the name of the value that I want to add, and I again print this dictionary, and we see that a new item school has been added here, exactly that we had expected it to go. Next is remembering the definition again, that keys have to be immutable. For example, I use the key to be a list. Now we remember that lists are mutable, and therefore this should actually generate an error. So I uncomment it and I run it, and there is an error, exactly as we had expected. So type error, unhashable type list. So list is basically mutable and therefore it cannot be used as a key. So this statement is going to be wrong, it's going to generate an error. The next thing is that keys must be distinct. So if I have two keys with the same two keys with the same name, that is here I have name and I'm assigning the value Harris, and then I've again declared another key name, and I'm now assigning it a value Emma. So what is going to happen is that the last assignment is going to stay, and whatever assignment you had done before that last assignment is not going to be considered. So if I just print this dictionary, it has just one key name and its value is Emma, and it does not remember anything about name being Harris. So the last assignment wins in case of duplicate keys. Another property that dictionaries possess is that dictionaries do not have any order. That means in case of a list, if we were to see a list, and for example, if we were to run a for loop for a list for each and every element of a list, then that for loop would have gone in a way 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So it would have been in some particular order starting from 0. But in case of dictionaries, if such a loop is run, then there would be no order, particular order that would be followed. So if you're declaring a dictionary like I have declared over here, with the name being first, then age, then subjects, and then ID, so there is no guarantee that this is going to be the order when that for loop is going to be run. So another important property is that dictionaries do not have any order. The second part of my video is actually about functions which are not supported by codeskulptor. Now here, if I go to codeskulptor documentation and into dictionaries, I see that there is a list of functions which are not supported by codeskulptor. I have attempted a few of these functions, and I have tried to make these functions actually possible, and here they are. So I have attempted actually 3 functions over here. The first one is clear, the second one is has underscore key, and the third one is update. So I'll start with the first one first. So this function is actually dict.clear with the brackets. So if it would have been present, it would have been written this way. And what it does, it removes all the elements that are present inside the dictionary dict. Now what I have done is I have made a function clear, and the argument that it takes is the dictionary on which it is going to act. I have run a for loop over here. For loop has already been taught in the lecture. What it does over here, when I write for, it means that for every this value, that is key, in means inside this. Now this is a function, and I can just look at it over here. So this is a function that returns a list of the dictionary's keys. So this, when I write this statement dict.keys with 2 brackets, it means I have a list here which contains the keys of that dictionary dict. So this for loop is going to look at every key in this list, and what it is going to do is it is going to delete this. So it is going to we are going to use the keyword del over here, and this statement we have already seen in the previous codeskulptor window. And I can run this thing. I can print dict1. So this dict1 is the same as the previous one. Alright, it's the same with name, age, subjects. And what I do over here is that I call this function clear, and I pass dict1 into it, and now again I print dict1. So what I expect is that dict1 should be empty now, and that is exactly what it is. So that means that this function is successful. The next function that I have implemented is dict.hasKey. Now this function returns the value true if that particular key is there in the dictionary, and false otherwise. So here I actually need to enter the key that I'm searching for, right? So this is the function definition that I've written. It is going to take dict, the dictionary that I'm going to search for the key inside. So that is going to be one argument, and the key that needs to be found, key underscore find, is the other argument. I have made a variable flag, and I have initialized it to false, and again I have run a for loop, and again I'll be looking for all the keys inside that dictionary, and I'm going to see that if any key in that dictionary dict is equal to the key that I want to find, and if that happens, if that key is present, then that flag is going to be true, and I'm going to finally return the value flag. So what is going to happen here is that it's going to tell me whether that key underscore find key is present inside the dict or not. Again I run this. Now name is a key that is present, so I expect a value 2 to be returned to me here. I'll just remove these things first, otherwise it's not going to do what I want it to do. So you see that it returns true because name is present. For example, I use name 1. Now this key is not present, so it should return false. It does so. So this is how it works. The next function, the next function that I've done here is update. Now this function, the argument that enters it is dict2, and what it does is it adds the dictionary dict2's keys and value pairs to dict. So I again pass two arguments. The dictionary that I pass is dict, to which these values are going to be added, and dict2 whose key value pairs are going to be added to dict. And again I run a for loop. Now in this case there's a slight difference. I use the function dict2.items. Now this thing not only returns the key but values as well. So for all the key and values that are there in this list, which is actually returning me the key and values present in dict2, I want that the dict that I had passed as an argument should get this key inside it, and its value should be the value here. Again I just run it to see if it is working. I declare another dictionary dict2, so it has school and college, and what I expect after running this update dict1 comma dict2 is that I should have school and college added to name, age and subjects. So let's see what happens. There it is. So this is the original list. The first one, it has name, age, subjects, and the second one has name, age, subjects plus school and college. So you see that this works too. Similarly, you could do other functions which are not there in codeskulptor. You could create definitions for them yourself using the existing functions. I hope this video was useful and not too boring. Thank you.